everybody, welcome back to another episodes of All the Mods 10. We are on episode 3. And I do not know what happened in between the last episode and this one, but my skin has reverted back to original Steve. So, for this episode, we will be playing as Steve. I'll figure out what happened to my skin next time around. But yeah, it's weird. Every once in a while, whenever I'm playing on a series, my skin will just disappear on me. And yes, I did go onto the Java and did select my skin. However, yeah, enough with the babbling. So, today's episode, we are trying to set up the Ars Nouveau storage lectern, which I did a little bit of prepping beforehand before the episode. So we went mining. We got about 20 gold. The reason why we have extra gold is because I did make some imbuement chambers. Question is, where did I leave them? Oh, okay, there they are. So this is a recipe. It's some archwood planks and then 2 gold. So that was only 4 gold for these two. The archwood planks you get from mining the trees, or the Ars Nouveau trees. Any of them will do. So you don't have to worry about any specifics for that matter as of right now. So the reason why we have 40 gold is because we were able to double it using the ore hammer. All the ores gives us this ore hammer, which if you put it with the raw material will turn it into dust. So you could turn 1 raw ore into 2. So early game, when you have a ton of copper and you don't know what to do with it, copper ore hammer really comes in clutch. I did go mining and I don't know where it is, but I collected platinum. I don't know if platinum has a really good use right now in all the mods, but it can be used to make a used to make a ore hammer. Not fun. So yeah, you can do that. Got a nice little statue. Throw him down right there just because I don't feel like putting it away just yet. Any changes in between last episode to this one was the fact that I went mining and I collected myself some source gems. Made sure we have a ton of materials, including wood, and then we have quite a bit of iron just laying around right now. But if we go over there, as you can see, we have a total of 4 iron generators, and for some reason at this distance you can't see the chest, so we have floating hoppers, but we'll go take a look. I bred the sheep a little bit, so we got quite a few. Not as many as the cows, but that's because the cows are going to be our main source of food, so I wanted to make sure that we had a ton of them. So now that we're level 34, hopefully we could also set up an enchantment table soon, so that we can hopefully get fortune and looting, so we could get way more meat and triple our ores. As for the farm, finally managed to fill up all the spots, so now we have a good amount of food or crops growing. As you can see, we have all this down, and then these are the chests. It's weirdly set up. I don't know why I didn't make storage drawers, but we'll rock with this setup for now. Don't really care. As you can see, as I was AFK / getting things prepped, we got quite a bit of iron. So what I'm gonna do is grab a few stacks from each one, and we're gonna be making some iron chests, because I don't think we're anywhere near being able to make gold chests for our little storage system. And right now we're currently based in that little pit. I could set it up over here, which would be closer to both farms, but I don't know. Kind of like this because it has easy access, so I should patch this up. Did I ever cook stone? I know I cooked a little bit. I did. I cooked quite a bit of it. Sweet. I guess I'll fill this up real quick. and then I'll start the prepping. Alright, now that I've filled the hole, now we could do a little bit of magic. So, the imbuement chambers, very vital for early game, as we already went over the crafting recipe. What you can do with them is you can find the amethyst nodes and collect some shards, and then you just right click it into the chamber and it'll turn it into a source gem, which we have quite a few of. Let's grab this stuff out here, and yeah, or if you don't have amethyst yet, you could also use lapis. Either or, you right click it in and over time it'll slowly change into a source gem. The way to speed it up is to put a source jar nearby filled with source, and that'll increase the speed drastically. So the items that we're going to need this time around is an arcane core. That would probably be next, but that's the reason why I made so much stone. Almost forgot why I had so much earlier. Ah, yes. A genius. I don't have some of this just yet, sadly. Oh, diamond pickaxe. I found it down in the mines. There are quite a few things that I left untouched just so we could go look at it. But for right now, I think the number I did yesterday said I needed this much source stones. I could be wrong, but let's just start crafting things up. So we're gonna need an arcane core. We're gonna need an enchanting apparatus. There we go. I knew I had some gold somewhere. Oh, and I need a diamond. Don't tell me I don't have it already. And all right, never mind. I thought I had a diamond just laying around, but I guess I do not. But that's not any issue as of right now, because we could just come over here, come down this way, and down here in our mine, what I was going to show you guys later, I guess I might as well show you right now. This little area. So let's put a little thing here so I can remember where I came down from, because I always get lost down here. Not that good. So here's some of the looter chests. As you can see, we have different affix items, which I'll just grab right away. Ah, never seen this before. Cool. I'll take it. And I'll take the leather. That'll help us when we are making books. Coal. Definitely need that. This stuff, kind of don't care about. I'll take the bread for now. I think I already have one of these on. Let's check it out. I do. Sweet. Oh well, we have a magenta bed. I don't have a bed yet, so I'll take it. But if we come down this way, as you can see, there's tons of ores available for us. So yeah, it's pretty cool, especially since I could just use Ultimine to get it. Let's put another thing here and a torch, because this is usually the area that I forget where I come from. Yep, knew it. Okay, I could get here pretty quickly. While I was down here, I did find a nice little zombie spawner, which I put torches around because we might utilize this at some point. Got some more things down here. I don't really care about this stuff too much right now. I'll come back and grab it, but there's some pretty useful stuff. Yeah, this is where I found some diamonds, so we got 3 here. Let's get a little close just so they don't fall down somewhere. Cool. Diamonds. We found some Stella, which is really good. That's going to be very helpful for Forbidden Arcanus, which is the way we get Stella to make things unbreakable. And I'm pretty sure we're going to need it at some point. Or the Forbidden Arcanus forge system, we're going to need it at some point. Okay, you see? Haven't opened this chest before. Got some very good stuff from it. Really appreciate it. So, I guess I'll collect the cobwebs. I think you can remove enchantments with them still. Alright, now that we're up here and we actually have the diamonds this time around, we should be able to make our enchanting apparatus. Perfect. So we have our apparatus, we have a core. Now we're gonna need some arcane pedestals around it so that we would be able to place things down and make it. So as you can see, we're going to need 4 chests and a lectern, which is made by having some wooden slabs and a bookshelf, which is why I have been growing sugarcane and have been collecting all the leather that we can so we could get this set up this episode. So we have this. Let's get into making our pedestals, which I don't know. Oh, okay, that's why. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't crafting all of them right away. But with that, we should do this. I'm pretty sure I need 9. Why 9, you may ask? Because I do need to make an arcane ritual, or this brazier, because this is going to allow us to use this tablet of awakening. And then when we right click this with a book and quill, as you can read in that description, if you want to pause the video to actually read all you can do with it. But if you right click this tablet on this ritual, it'll allow you to augment it, and then you just augment it with a book and quill and you'll get a book charm, which is how we're gonna set up our storage system. There we go. Inventory is a little full, so let's dump some of this out here. And since we're not really setting up a for sure area just yet, like how I said in the last episode, we're going to be moving at some point. First, let's do something like this. This work. Okay, why are you sideways? There we go. Honestly, this stuff looks awesome. Look at that. Just love it. But yeah, with this, we surround it with 8 of these. Okay. Whatever. You can be special. Go for it. Yeah, this is how you set it up. Put the core down, you put an enchanting apparatus on top, and then you surround it with pedestals. Some recipes only require 4, some of them do require 8, so just depending on what you need is how you should set it up. I'll put the brazier right here, just so there is not some weird interactions by the two. And then this is where I'm going to need all the different wood. But now we have all the saplings. Click over here. Click this. We have enough to make... Damn it, I overused one. Okay. So to get the bookworm charm, we're just gonna right click with this tablet of awakening, right click it with a book and quill, and then right click it one more time, and then boom, this is gonna shoot out bookworm charm. And I'm gonna craft up another one of these and get this done. So I got the charms. Then I was attacked by a skeleton, but this guy just disappeared on me. Okay, now that we have those, let's get to making this storage lectern. Okay, I have not stolen any, so it looks like I will have to make it from scratch. Alright, now that we have our bookworm charms, now it's to make this storage lectern. So, we're gonna need some books. I'm pretty sure it's like this. Where's my leather? I swear I just had it. There it is. Let's do this like that. Boom. Make a bookshelf real quick. And then one of these. Pretty sure it's like that. Yep. Got the lectern. And then now for... Okay, we only need one of these. Whoops, my bad. So, to make the storage lectern, all you gotta do is put the 4 chests down. Doesn't matter if you do this pattern or you put it along just 4 of them, as long as there's 4. Right click the storage lectern in, or the lectern in the center, and after some cool little magic, boom, we have the storage lectern. Now this is what we're going to be using to connect the chests. And as of right now, I am thinking of stacking all the chests right here. So I'll probably have to mine this and move it elsewhere in a little bit, but first we'll do this. I like how it's looking at us. It's a little off-centered, so I'll stack the chests along these two sides. So yeah, I could leave that there and then place these new ones down, which, okay, cool. We already have a chest made, but the reason why I grabbed all that iron earlier is because we are going to be using sophisticated storage. Well, I think that's the name of it. I could be wrong. Let's see, is that the name of it? Yes, sophisticated storage. And what this allows us to do is we combine a normal chest with redstone torches. We get these chests, and then you can surround it with the material to upgrade it. Which for now, we're going to be using iron chests since we do not have a lot of gold as of yet. But once we get to that point, we will upgrade these chests all the way to diamond. In the meantime, while we're setting up our applied energistic system. Cool fact about these chests is that we could put upgrades in it, so we could increase the amount of stacks that these things are carrying. One concern you may have about these chests is if you're trying to move somewhere and you're worried about the contents falling. Well, to be honest, you don't have to worry about that, because we do have something called packaging tape in here, which is pretty easy to make. As you can see, it just requires a slime ball and a piece of paper, which allows you to just right click it, which seals it, so when you do mine the chest, it does not drop its contents. So you will easily be able to move elsewhere and set up your system somewhere else, so you don't have to worry too much about that, which is pretty cool. So now that we have this, let me just set this up first and then I'll completely finish it up. What I am gonna need is, you know what, I'll be back in a moment. I just remembered that the reason why I was saving that lapis was to make some more source gems, because we do need the wand of dominion to be able to set this up. I will be back. Alright guys, and now that I have these two source gems, we can set this up correctly. So to make the wand of dominion, you have two source gems, a gold, and a stick. As I said earlier, you could arrange it however you want, but if you want to follow the guideline, this is kind of how it was set up. And just like that, we got our dominion wand. And now, after we have our storage lectern and we have our bookworms, all we got to do is right click on here and it spawns in a bookworm. And all we have to do here is right click our chest that we want to connect and then right click here and it adds it. These bookworms can connect up to 8 different inventories. So right now I created a few more iron chests, placed them down, so now we have exactly 8. So then we could right click, boom, 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 and just like this, we can add all 8 of our inventories to this, and now we could just use this to store things. So the worm will do its job and put things inside. We do have 2 more available. One cool thing about this lectern is that you can connect it to your AE system using a storage bus. Okay, there you are. It couldn't see him earlier, but there we go. Nice. That'll allow us to upgrade our gear at some point. But yeah, so if you do just want to connect it right away until you fill these spots up, you could connect it to your AE system, which is pretty cool, but I usually destroy this at some point, depending on how big my storage drives get. Once they're at least the 64K level and I can produce them pretty quickly, yeah, I usually destroy the chests and fill those up, and then these guys will be utilized in other builds. And just like that, we have accomplished the main goal of this episode, which was to set up our little storage system. And then from here, we can just load it up with everything that's inside. And then I'm gonna head over to the little dungeon that we found last episode, and we're gonna go explore for a little bit. And then we'll call it the end of the episode. Alright, now that I have everything moved over here, you can see where it filled up the first chest we added, followed by the second, and then it'll fill up in that order. So it'll go these two, and then I think these two, just like that, and then it'll go to this side and branch out. But you could always look for things, so just in case you do put something that you cannot retrieve directly through the lectern, you could always go to the chest. Does not affect it. So that's pretty cool. Another feature is you could also change how it is sorted, kind of just like the AE system. You could put it however you want, and then you could also synchronize it to the JEI. So if you do want to look for something that you can craft, you could always just type it here instead of having to go over here, which is pretty nice. The reason why I do like the storage lectern early game is because it is very useful very late as well. Let's get rid of these, kind of don't need them. As for getting more in-depth into ours, we will do that at another time, just because it is very useful. But I am pretty sure it's called a warp indexed. Yes. So, what the warp index does is it's like the wireless terminal that you could use in AE or in refined storage. And to make one of these, you do need some ender pearls, a little bit of blaze powder. You need 2 scries, which, as I said earlier, it takes a little longer to get. But once you do get it, it is super useful because this allows you to use it anywhere in the overworld, and then to use it cross dimensions, you can use the stabilized version. But this one is a little more expensive, requiring an ender chest, netherite, and another star. So you do have to defeat the wither if you do want to use this cross-dimensionally, which is pretty cool. And now that we kind of have everything set up for our storage system, I'm going to organize our inventory, and then when I am done with that, I will meet you guys back at the dungeon. Alright, after a nice small trip, we are here at the dungeon structure. Hello. Kinda want to take care of him, but we'll leave him alone for now, and let's venture into the dungeon. One thing I did notice with the storage lectern from Ars Nouveau, which is weird because I never had many issues with it, is that it would not let me delete the entry unless I right-clicked it, which was very odd, because before backspace would work. I don't know if it's my keyboard or if it is actually a new bug. I don't know. I just do know Ars Nouveau does have a few bugs in all the mods 10, so I don't really know truly what's going on. As for these little chesterinos, it's gonna be pretty cool because we could get effects from these rings, which I just noticed when I was looking in my inventory earlier. Oh, I'll take the leads. Like, the ring that we found earlier does give us extra XP and crit damage, which I never really noticed, but that's super awesome. So I'm wondering if we could craft our own rings, how much crit damage that we could add to it, because this one adds 13.5, and if I'm right and I look at the attributes over here, where is it? Crit chance, crit damage. So now our crit chance is 163%, so we'll be doing a little bit more damage, which is really damn cool. So gotta keep our eyes out, looking around, see what there is. Okay, one downside of these dungeons is that we do not do a lot of damage. I could have made a diamond sword, however, kind of don't want to waste it here right now just yet. Hey guy, wait your turn, and there we go. Boom. I kind of want to save some of these spawners so that we could always come back down with a silk touch pick and collect them. Will be pretty useful for making mob farms. I'll take the wood, and the membranes. That's always nice. I'm not sure if this is used for the books. Nope, but we can use it for charms, so I will leave it alone. Nope. I don't know if I've unlocked it yet, so we'll do that. Cool. Got that. Take torches. Always take torches. And I already have one of those. Sweet. We'll just keep going through. See what there is. But yeah, Ars Nouveau is really cool. I learned how to structure spells so that you could put it on the Enchanter Sword, which is really awesome, because you could do some pretty good damage with that stuff. Okay, we'll let those guys fight it out a little bit. And we will destroy this one, just because it is a little bit annoying. Okay, there we go. And that is definitely helpful, and you need to go. Okay, that was not fun at all. Damn. Okay. Well, I am gonna venture through this structure. If I find anything good, I will be sure to put it in the video. If I die or anything, I'll let you guys know, but yeah, this is quite a big thing. It's gonna take us a while. So, with that, I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, well, I tried adventuring into that dungeon, and I was getting beat pretty good. As soon as I got to the third layer, the skeletons with armor and cave spider combo was doing me dirty, to say the least. I almost died quite a few times. I don't know why, however, when I do use the shield, it is not blocking their attacks. I don't know what's really changed with how we utilize the shield. If you guys know, please let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, shield not working is very weird, so I cannot go further than that. I did go down to the 4th layer, and I almost got one-shotted because I did get ambushed. The hallway that I walked into led into a room where, if you've been inside those dungeons behind the quartz, there's a chance that there's spawners. Well, those spawners activated, as well as the 2 side spawners. So a little over 10 mobs rushing me at once was quite a feat to escape from. But we got the main things we wanted to get done this episode, which was to set up some things for Ars Nouveau and setting up our new storage system, which will come in handy and will help us out tremendously. What I will be doing in between this episode and the next is getting supplies ready so that we can make the mob farm using dreadful dirt and start getting into some apotheosis, because the reason why we are struggling to do damage against the mobs right now is because since we did activate the apotheosis timeline, even though it doesn't say it here, sooner or later as we progress, mobs are gonna get armor toughness, or they're gonna get stronger in a sense. And the gear that we could make will have stats, and it will help us a ton in doing more damage, because yeah, skeleton in full chainmail and leather getting hit by this iron sword was only doing half the damage, so 1.5 hearts. And then whenever I did crit, it was like 2 hearts. So yeah, we cannot do much damage at this point, and so going into those dungeons is gonna be a little hard. So the goal for this next episode is to set up the mob farm and to get into apotheosis. And then if you look, something cool is the reflection on the sword is the orb there. Well, with that guys, we did accomplish our things, and I need to fix the skin because that's weird. But thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.